What's good, Cereal Bowlz? It's your Insaneapplejackz.
Hey,
Back
there's
again
something
today.
strange over there.
They were
Come on,
doing
let's
some
take a look.
Genshin, because it appeared to finish the likes of our last major story quest that we were, and that one's supposed to be a limited time quest. So I figured, why not pop on for a bit and bit of Genshin, see what we actually done, or as far as story stuff pertains. And yeah,
I feel like running.
hopefully you're all doing well. Hopefully everybody had holidays, or don't celebrate the holidays. Hope you've just had a good. As you can see, we're currently on Amber, who is this game or this video's thumbnail. So we're actually starting out with her because we had been working on her just a little bit and trying to up her damage and her overall stats, so that
I feel
get better
like
for her
running.
today. But also really depends on what we have to get into as far as like the actual mission, like what it calls for. So it'll be interesting to see if our actual build up on characters has been going well, but at the same time, we posted up here and current team for a bit. So if you have been watching and keeping up with the series for the Genshin, you know that we were last working on the likes of the fish mission set to get a free duplicate of Miss Official, which is tied to an event based around meteorites. But if you're not keeping up with that, there is a full playlist if you go back and catch any parts to as far as the Genshin goes. Check that out, and yeah. So continue, I believe, like the part for this mission set. I have to just find it. That with consciousness by the meteorites. Yep.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing around like this.
You gotta love how, like, on it Amber always is. She's like, oh, we're just sitting around trying to figure some stuff out. Oh man, they're gonna be mad if they saw us lazing around like this. So we're supposed to go back and talk to Mona, I believe. But got brought into this story point as well. She is a astrology wizard, so currently using her knowledge to figure out what weirdness is going on in the stars, because her statement is that it has something to do with a constellation.
Hi, Mona. Thanks to you, we've managed to get rid of loads and loads of meteorites.
We did. We actually managed to clear out a full area the other day while just like picking up some meteorites and doing some dailies.
Ah, good timing. There's something I need you to do.
What do you need us to do?
Remember how I was saying that the meteorites belong to someone's constellation?
Yeah. Find out whose constellation it was.
Theoretically, it's not possible for stars that are goodness knows how many light years away to suddenly turn into meteors and fall out of the sky. But, however paradoxical it may be, this is the reality.
Alright.
If we want to get to the bottom of this, the best way is to find out whose constellation it was.
Now, how do we go about finding whose constellation it is?
Based on what you've told me, it seems that all victims of the meteorites fell into a deep sleep, and all of them dreamed of a snowy mountain.
Indeed, they did. You know, they all simultaneously bit into a peppermint patty together and ended up on the same mountain having, like, this extravagant dream about them fighting off snow demons.
Now, we may not know which mountain this was, but we can safely assume that it's not Dragonspine. Otherwise, someone would have recognized it, right?
I mean, I guess. Your assumption is that they all climb mountains. And it's like, or like, that everybody's like, oh yeah, this rock right here, this reminds me specifically of this mountain. Ah, yes, this mountain specifically. But, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they do sit up here and have that much knowledge on the mountainscape.
Did everyone definitely have the same dream? And where exactly were they in the dream?
I mean,
these are the questions that we need answers to.
as far as I know, yes, they all describe the same escapes, but dreams are interesting in their own right, so if it is a matter of the same dream or just like similar settings, that's to be seen. You know, the cognitive unconscious.
I need you to find out more details about the sleeper's dreams. The more information we have, the closer we can get to the truth.
Right. So my job is to go interview all these sleepy people. Hey, bro, so do you remember that dream you had last time we were chilling? That's a stretch right there, considering like most people, after the first 5 minutes of them popping up, they're like, bro, I had this dream. It was a good dream. Yeah, what was the dream about? It was there was a thing there. Yeah, what kind of thing? A dreamed one. I dreamt up the thing and it was there. Like when once they pop up, they just don't know how to tell you what was going on there. Okay, it's right. But I guess we live in this magical universe where everybody could recall their dream exactly. We'll figure it out.
Seems we should head somewhere with lots of people around. That way, we should be able to find more victims to question.
So what do you have in mind, Paimon?
I need to stay in an undisturbed environment, so I will leave the investigating to you.
I like how she's like, you know, I need to not be disturbed. To which, like, I need a deeper dive on her magic. Like, it seems interesting in its own right, but it, like, the fact that she's like, I need to rituals on the side while ain't nobody around, you definitely have to wonder about the magic itself.
Is there anywhere that we haven't been to yet?
Yes.
There is Chinktsa village in Liyue, although it does not usually match your suggestion of somewhere with lots of people around.
Alright.
That said, I suspect that the Millelith will have turned that area into a site where victims can receive medical attention. Much as they did at Wangshu Inn.
A large assumption, but, you know, it wouldn't be the furthest long shot that we have. And, like, it's a better lead than nothing, so, alright. Alright, Oz. I see you, my boy. Like how Mona's icon is just a giant version of her hat floating over her head. Luckily for us, we go here quite often. Often enough. that have teleported around. Rather not they're good teleport. I think that'd probably be the best one to go to. In hopes of getting there relatively easy. Man, it's raining here. Yo. Now just to figure out if we're going the right way. Because, you know, we can't be out here walking around in circles talking about some, oh yeah, gonna make it there eventually. Sooner or later. I like how, I guess I unchecked yeah, there we go. I like how I guess I unchecked the quest at the same time. So, if you haven't been doing this mission set, they've just had, like, random meteorites, like, about this size, as well as larger form ones, scattered throughout different areas, and by you picking them up, like, so many out of a specific number in that area, and I guess you're trying to clear as much of an area as you can. They're also exchangeable. What is the current event shop is offering upgrade shards, exchange of so many of meteor shards, I believe. Oh. It's a very interesting system. It's just like seeing how the actual like main part of the event itself connects to the rest of the event, because it's very much like one component very story heavy and another component that's just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's kind of happening. You can be doing this. So this is where they are. I don't know. He's like not an area that I would normally consider populated, but considering that the city is right below here, I think it's populated enough.
Hello, we're from the Adventurers Guild. Can you tell us if Chinksa Village has been affected by the meteorite strike?
Could you imagine, like, they just entered an area and nobody in the area knew what the Adventurers Guild was, so they're just all looking at them like, you're from where? You're from who? What y'all doing? I mean, I could see it being a possibility, but it's also interesting how Paimon just comes out about the meteorites. But I guess at that point, considering that we went to the other city and they knew about it, like, it's just one of those things you have to assume people know about, and if they don't, you have to just tell them in order to offer the best protection. Because otherwise, it's just people walking around going, I'm gonna touch that meteorite. Okay, I'm gonna touch that meteorite. Dude, okay. Touch the meteorite.
Adventurers! Perfect. I was beginning to despair at the lack of helpers.
It's funny how, like, they have the guards for the different towns, and yet they're still like, hey, yo. Y'all adventurers, right? Y'all gonna take care of this? Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna step out the way.
These meteorite strikes have been going on for days now. Don't even get me started on how much trouble it's caused.
For days? Man, what y'all been doing?
If one lands in a field, no one dares to go and harvest the crops. And if one lands at the entrance, access is a complete nightmare.
So what's the plan for if it lands at the entrance, since that's the complete nightmare?
Do you have any ideas on how to safely dispose of them? They're just making everything impossible.
I take it, village has been affected then.
Guess we'd better help this guy out.
I guess we better help them out, because if we don't, it's gonna be quite the interesting situation for everybody here. Considering he just told me, hey, yeah, so it's gonna be a nightmare, and we don't have a plan. So, playing back to the fields, look for their meteorite problem, and hopefully take care of them. I think, yeah, these should be the larger brand meteorites associated with the actual school. This one even looks larger than the last few. It's interesting that they basically took the idea of like the ley lines and how those operate, and then like made an extra. They put like an extra layer on it with the fact that you have to stay within the layers in order to maintain capture of like grabbing the meteorite itself. It's pretty interesting that that's the way that they went about this, and it maintains it as a overworld event, but also doesn't like do anything too crazy, outrageous things. Oh snap. I also like how generous they were with the time here, because it's like, well yeah, maybe not everybody is going to have a team actually set for this, or like, not everybody is going to be like the most ready for it. So like, I feel like their events have been pretty like well-rounded and open. A certain amount of people do play it. I'm not gonna say like everybody to just jump onto the event, but like close enough. Both with this and the likes of the box merchant, to give you items and stuff. So it's interesting in its own right how both of those events kind of culminate to be very open-ended. I like how right as we finished that fight, the game was like, alright, no more rain. Like, oh, we have to go all the way over here now and finish side of it. Quest mark back on. I figured that's where it was, just based on like the layering of the actual map, but I wanted to be. Although it would have been really interesting if only one meteorite was causing issue here, considering that Oz was just saying how this is like a place that you would consider like super populated to begin with. So, like, having one major meteorite be the source of the issue, I could see that. And it'd be like a change up for it. We got the ominous hum of one of the mini meteors going on. That's why we started circling there. Imagine the Scarecrow just popped up after we touched a meteorite, like, hey, yo, bro, yeah, these meteorites, they got enough radiation to turn your mans into, glow. Look at all these out here You're ready. You're ready. As we learned last time, via fighting a specific group inside of the likes of one of the meteorite sites, you have like other people that have interest in the meteorites for different reasons. It's like, oh, okay. But I guess that's to be given with any source of power. If it exists, people want it for their own reason.
Not bad.
Out here playing like a sumo wrestler or doing like, well, not necessarily the floor is lava, but like trying not to leave the boundaries in one of those styles of game. Because, like, these dudes set up here and they're like, we're gonna push you out the boundary. We don't have to beat you. We just have to sit up here and make sure that you don't get more percentage of the rock than we can. So they were def trying to edge me out of that one. Oh, yeah. Give us that meteorite. Boys right there. They didn't stand a chance. We just wanted that meteorite. And that's why we're able to sit up here and protect the village. Ensure that people are out of stamina. We're going to ensure that people are out of stamina again. You think I would have thought about it and instantly been like, oh yeah, we just got out of the fight. Maybe I shouldn't just, like, instantly run and jump into the river. No. I feel like it'd be really nice to take a hike through, like, some of the city in places like this. Really, if it was, like, you know, just a spot that had really been naturally aged like this with steps that had already been there for a while, versus like something that was just kind of set up as like a prop stage or replica of sorts in real world. And I say that because like I feel like there's a lot of beauty to scenery like this, but like at the same time there's a lot of conflict at scenery. That'd just be like a really nice spot to, I guess, get away from things while taking, like, a leisurely hike or something.
Done and dusted.
Done and dusted. Ah, yes, the famous line, the dusted done.
Wonderful. Oh, what a huge help.
I mean, I try. I try to help out.
Have any of the victims woken since the start of the incident?
Oh, I wouldn't know. You're better off just taking a look for yourself.
I wouldn't know. You're just better off taking a look for yourself. Why are you the guard here? Why are you the guy that's supposed to be looking over these people? Like, I don't know if I could trust you here anymore at this post, my boy. Also, can we talk about how he looked like Terra from Kingdom Hearts? With, like, his outfit and hairstyle? Maybe that's just me, but I'm like, yo, look at this man out here. So this is where he goes in between, like, Kingdom Hearts games. And the game develops, like, ah, snap, stay on to us. I wonder if, like, there's any resort-type places that have, like... I'm assured that there are some places that are, like, available to go and take, like, vacations that have similar aesthetic to this. But, really interesting to see, like, how much of Genshin's idea of these areas came from, like, just like, oh, you know, their natural thoughts, and then how much stuff was actually like based in real world. I know a lot of popular places, or like a lot of popular series, end up getting like pop-up theme parks of sorts for a bit in other areas. It'd be interesting to see if like Genshin got big enough to have like Genshin Land, and like you go there for a theme amusement day.
Oh, it's good the villagers' lives.
I'm sure that I probably went the wrong way, but I'm also fine with it considering that we got another teleport unlocked. So. I know why this just makes everything so much easier to find. But, hey man, if unchecking it and rechecking it is how I have to find it, that's how it works. It's also weird that he's like, well, you're not too, I guess. Like, it's kind of weird that he's supposed to be protecting them, and I'm like, okay, so they'll be opposite side of him, because, like, you know, he's the forward guard. No. But I guess he can see everybody from right there, so it makes sense, and have this other guard right here, so... It's fine.
Mortal, art thou also descended into the realm of suffering?
They look like they're suffering pretty hard.
Same situation that we've seen in other places, too.
It def is.
Hey there, has this guy woken up at any point?
No, he has said a few things in his sleep, though.
I mean, at least he's aware of the actual situation. All what he said in his sleep?
What kind of things?
Right?
So cold, can't go on, things like that.
Previous victims have said they were cold too. Those exact words, TT.
Somewhere cold, up in the mountains. Where could it be?
I mean, mountains themselves are usually pretty cold because of the atmospheric barriers, but, you know, going up in altitude. I guess there are situations where it's like, you wouldn't necessarily climb the mountain and be like, oh, it's so cold. But like, even then, that could describe like any mountain here, considering how much you have to climb. What's up, TK? How you doing, buddy? What are you getting into today? That's not... We're going the complete opposite way, and I can see it because of the mini-map. But it's like... so weird to have started downward like that. There we go. It's over here to the side. I guess you have to make use of the space that you have. But it's just kind of interesting how they chose to lay that out.
Hey, has this guy woken up at any point?
What's the Genshin plan? I'm gonna finish the official.
Not so far.
Poor guy not waking up so far. Did he also talk in his sleep like the other guy?
Okay, has he said anything in his sleep?
I like how, like, Paimon sounds so... I'm trying to think of, like, the perfect way to say it. But, like, she's just like, alright, so are you sure that he hasn't done anything? Like, should I know about something? Like, come on now, don't be holding out on information. Like she's really hammering it in that she thinks something's up. And, like, I get that that's all information that she needs, so it makes sense. It's just kind of fun.
Now that you mention it, yesterday he suddenly cried out, so high. Who knows what he was dreaming about.
I thought he was out here screaming so hot. And I was like, man, that's contradicting to everybody else. Imagine this be the only guy that ended up on the tropical mountain. Talking about so hot.
How high? High as a snowy mountain peak, maybe?
A wicked mountain. Its frozen peak looming high. Home to a malevolent power.
I imagine the guard just sitting here like, I don't know. Like, I didn't sit up here and ask him how high. I just know bro was out here talking about it being so high.
Let's talk to that guy over there next.
Alright. I like how this guy's just sitting there. Like, maybe he.
It's high time I took.
My bad. Caught a sneeze. Welcome to the Fumu Carpenters, one of the oldest carpentry workshops in the village. You name it, I build it, whether it's a yo-yo or a new house. Carpentry shop? That's right. It began as my grandfather's workshop. It stays in the family ever since. Tang the Ninth residence. The Fumu Carpenters built that. The village mill, he built that too. Even come to us when they need some new furniture built too. Order. Alright. I like your spunk. He's like, you need yo-yos? I make yo-yos. You need houses? I also make houses. I make houses out of yo-yos. Like, come on now. I got y'all covered. Anything y'all can need. I got it. Wait. Want a house yo-yo that you can actually as a yo-yo? Give me a week. I put it into concept work. I like how this dude already sitting up and awake.
Have any of the victims woken up?
Like, my dude looked like he was awake when we were walking up.
Funny you should ask. Gal the Sixth literally just woke up.
Gal the Sixth? Wow. To be in the presence of the sixth gal.
All right, we're gonna go talk to him.
Good job, Paimon. Also, can we talk about how her eyes are like, yo? Like, she's just out here like, yo, I'm staring into your soul right now.
That's fine, but he's only just awoken and is still very weak. If you must question him, please be gentle.
Alright.
Greetings, you who have suffered and lived to tell the tale. Your sovereign shall question you now.
Imagine this man just sit there like, man, I just woke up. Why y'all say what you mean? And he's like, I'm tired of this. Alright, I'm going back into the deep sleep of the mountain.
Food. Need food.
That's a good response for somebody that just woke up from a mountain-esque journey.
Are you okay? Sounds like you're starving.
My boy look like he's starving. He also looks like another long-lost relative of our Springvale buddy. What are you hungry for? Any dish you like. I'll cook a meal for you.
I need home cooking.
I like how home cooking is the desired choice that he made. When she's like, what are you hungry for? It's like, that could describe anything, but alright.
Home cooking from Chinksa Village? Well, that can only mean one thing. Farmer food!
Imagine this ends with us getting an item that we can, like, create on a constant basis called farmer. It's like, oh yeah, this is food exclusively for the farmers. We're gonna make some stir fry. Now the real question is, where is there a cookery? And do we even have all the ingredients we need for the... Watch the game, be like, actually, you need to go on a legendary hunt for some of the finest meat and seasonings in order to make this stir fry available. I like how I walked past that dude and it sounded like he just screamed out, "Death." And I'm like, hold up. I'm over there trying to kill off. You're missing me out here. Now, I'm surprised that that wasn't just like vegetable that time. So, I'm happy. I'm like, where the cook pot at? So this is all like farm fields, and I guess you wouldn't want to sit up here and be cooking in the farm field, because like one little incident and that's your whole supply right there. Definitely a chest right here. It's just a matter of what do they want you to do to unlock that one. Check the quest and check it on. And ensure that we have, yeah. I figured as much that we're walking past whatever they wanted us to go do. But you can't really tell with this game sometimes if it's like, yo, go make it yourself, or yo, just buy it. Just talk to this. So I've had situations where it's like, I need this item. What item do you need? And it's like, I'm gonna sit up here and mark it on the map for you. Oh, you already got it. We just gonna take it. Oh, okay. Thank you. As you just see that little old lady there. Probably the one out here with stir-fry hands. Hello. How do you do? We don't often see young people like you. Bell here. Hello? Young people, you say? You like some tofu? I can guarantee that ours will surely satisfy you. Grab the stir-fry recipe right here. That's the key to starting this off. And we're also going to grab that just in case. Grab some of her ingredients just in case. This is what's needed for the stir-fry. Because otherwise, we'll be sitting there looking all kinds of crazy. They're like, what you mean you ain't got the thing? I told you you get nuts and berries for this recipe. it just kind of goes back to the problem of a second ago, though, of is the stir-fryery. It's like, when you don't need a pan, there are a million in the world. The minute that you need a pan, the world's like, I guess you can find some. But, on that note, I'm gonna just teleport up here, and then teleport back once I make the food. Because at least I'll be in town and have the ability to buy the stuff if I don't have it. So it works out in its own weird way. As we just like clobber that chick. Oh, what are we? Stir fry. I was gonna say those hash browns will be dope. Hey, we got all the items for the stir fry, coincidentally. And we did it perfectly, so now we don't have to sit up here and go hunt them down again just to make one version. So proud. Our culinary skills have really stepped it up. Pop back up here. Also, let's be glad that we got this teleport specifically. That made that a lot less of a journey. And now it is back up here. Give this man his stir fry so he can tell us his epic journey across the mountain.
Food. Need food.
Here you go, buddy. Funny that they make you, like, reaffirm that.
That's brought me back from the brink, that has. Ugh.
Man hopped straight up as soon as he put that food to his mouth. He's like, food! Alright now, food. Yeah, I see. You, something tasty.
Did you have a dream while you were sleeping?
I'd have.
Only the most exhausting dream of my whole life.
Most exhausting life. That's quite the dream right there, my boy.
Really? Why? What happened?
Yes. How did you know? Way up in the mountains, the highest mountain I've ever seen. It was freezing up there.
Way up in the mountain. The highest mountain I've ever seen. How many mountains have you seen?
What were you doing there?
Right? What were you doing on the highest mountain you've ever seen?
I'm not sure. It's like I was possessed. I was consumed by the idea of climbing up the mountain and trying to reach the summit.
Yeah. And this was your dream, to climb the summit and be able to get top for some reason.
Was there something special at the
Right?
summit? Or...
Who knows? Honestly, it's like I became a completely different person in my dream. Don't ask me why. I have no idea.
Oh, so you were under hypnosis at that point. It's like, I wasn't even myself. You know, a few climbs in and I was up there.
It's hard to describe.
It's like I was being controlled, as if somebody else put the idea of climbing the mountain into my head. I know how crazy that sounds, but...
I mean, for all of you all to have the same dream and the same urge to climb a mountain and feel the same coldness, not the craziest thing that I've heard.
An intruder trespassed in the dark recesses of your soul?
Sounds like it. Sounds like they're intruding in a lot of people's dark recesses.
An idea not autonomously generated by the individual, but that appeared within the subconscious. Yes, the signs do indeed point towards mind control.
Signs point towards mind control. I mean, now that he's blatantly said that he was under mind control, yeah, they'd have to. By now, but things you two say are not even similar.
All the other victims we've met have talked about being cold and needing to rest. Were they all climbing the mountain too?
I mean, I have to assume, considering that they at least were on the mountain to some degree and able to also recollect that it was cold. How can they all be having the same dream? Mind control. Part 2.
Paimon doesn't even want to think about it. We need to update Mona on all of this.
Sounds like a plan. Perfect that this guy just happened to have the information that we need. Oh. Hey. You know. Let's get her that information, let her analyze all the details of what's really going on, and ensure that we can get to the bottom of this gang. Because without this information, more people are in danger as we fall around trying to open up the chest. Like, yeah, I thought she was all the way over here, and I see the identifier pointing to show our location currently. I like how the icon is like, here's her hat, but also, go over here. Like, she's going over there, but it's like, come over here. Wait, pause. Let's open chest. Just in case we get pooped some other magical dimension. They're like, no, you can't open the chest.
Mona! We found some stuff out.
What stuff did we find out? Oh, wait, no. I know what we found out.
An ice-capped mountain looms over the world from far above the clouds. That is the place from which this burgeoning darkness proceeds.
In other words, there's a really tall mountain, and it's cold.
Ice-capped mountain. Is that all?
It is the same ice-capped mountain in everyone's dreams.
It's a really, really high mountain that no one's ever seen before, and it's super cold up there. The sleepers are forced to try and climb to the summit, but they don't know why.
If she didn't add the part about being forced to climb the summit, and I was Mona, I'd just be sitting there looking at her like, ain't this the same stuff y'all told me to get me on board? The whole thing about these mountains? Wasn't that what I was sitting here trying to figure out? Just really come back to me with the same information?
Climb the mountain to the summit.
Indeed.
What sort of person would wish to reach the summit of that mountain?
What?
And how is their desire strong enough to exert an influence on others?
And what's on that mountain? that could sit up here and drive a person that mad on a climate.
Perchance some poor soul lies there, buried in the snow, hounded to death on the mountain.
That's a possibility.
Or some intrepid explorer was exceptionally keen to conquer that particular mountain.
If they were like an intrepid explorer, I feel like they would want to cover that mountain themselves, as opposed to being like, all right, bunch of people that I'm sitting up here controlling, you climb the mountain for me.
I'll do another reading.
All right. Have fun with your reading. You got to dialing that in.
Aha! I see something here. It's a little vague, but I think I can get his name. Ah, yes. Leonard.
Leonard. Alright, so like, you know how many Leonards there could be out there though?
Wow, that was fast.
It was fast, but still, there could be a lot of Leonards out there.
Well, in case you'd forgotten, I am a
you
genius.
are definitely the genius here.
Leonard. Paimon's never heard that name before.
Never, Paimon? Alright, so we're searching for a random Leonard. Just Leonard out there. Imagine it's actually Hat Boy.
Hi!
Yep, it's Hat Boy.
Sounds interesting. Mind if I join you?
What ho! We meet again, Vagrant of Inazuma. My retinue and I were just...
Yo! The fact Mona was like, alright, let's just dip.
The first time the Millelith were present, I had to forego the chance to strike down Mondstadt's savior. This time was a perfect moment. I was mere seconds away.
6 of 11.
But who was that mage? She could not have known who I am. Perhaps her powers reveal to her things unseen. Soldiers!
Oh, this man dangerous.
Sir. Find them, and when you do... Another one?
My lord! It's happening again. This is the largest one we've seen so far.
They just keep coming. But so be it. Move out. Change of plan. Your prior objective remains in force. Continue to research the meteorites.
My lord, leave them to us. We will make short work of them.
Are you deaf or just stupid?
Ooh.
When did I give you the right to issue your own orders?
My apologies, my lord.
Now move out and complete your objectives as assigned.
And Sacramento out here with the coldness. He said, did I tell you you could pick your orders? I told you to go find the meteorite. I got them now.
Any junior fortune teller could have told you this, but that man was a Fatui harbinger. That was too close. How did you manage to get caught up with a guy like him?
Saw him on the road. You know, just randomly standing over a person's body unsuspiciously. Huh. Now that you bring it up.
A Fatui harbinger? Why, their wickedness knows no bounds.
Harbinger? Goodness.
Whatever he was planning to do, he was heading straight for you.
You know, kind of like how that weasel is heading straight for you, apparently. Maybe it's also a Fatui harbinger.
And he's an extremely powerful individual. I sensed it the moment I looked at him. He's far more powerful than you'd imagine.
How powerful are we talking here?
As much as it pains me to admit it.
Surely his power cannot match that of the astrological genius of the century.
I mean, if it didn't match the power of the astrological genius of the century, I don't think she would have ducked like that. Because she hit that shield with the swiftness.
I never said that. His strength may exceed mine by a hair's breadth. But in astrology alone, he doesn't come close.
By a hair's breadth. You know, just a little bit. Just a tiny bit stronger. Weasels are the most dangerous of all the bringers. I mean, I'd believe it. I'd believe that there's a Weasel Harbinger out there, and like he's gonna pull up inside of the next DLC as the main villain. Talking about Weasel Man out here in these streets. I mean, we already got Wolf Boy and Oz, the deep voice bird of, well, of birdliness.
This reminds Paimon of something. We ran into some Fatui at Wangshu Inn too.
Yeah?
What interest could the Fatui have in the meteorites?
A lot. You see the power that the meteorites are dropping on this universe? Come on now.
They must be plotting something.
Must be plotting something. As evil villains typically do.
Maybe. Just maybe.
Maybe. Just maybe. Oh. Good. Good. I'm glad that you could, explain so much for us.
Oh! The Fatui are the ones who caused the meteor shower in the first place. Was that it?
That seems proper, I guess.
Paimon, that was my line. Get your own.
I like how Mona was like, not that you wrong, it's just, that was my line. Stop stealing my lines. I gotta be in the script too. Thank you, Mom. That was funny.
Sorry. Paimon's mouth just works so much faster than everyone else's.
Paimon's mouth just works so much faster than everyone else's. Why would we even want to know the logic behind that? Girl got like a motorized mouth. There's secretly engines inside of Paimon's head that makes the lips actually move in order for her to be able to like get sentenced out faster than anybody else. Does the power to summon a meteorite strike really exist?
Yeah. Where'd they get the power to pull stars out of the sky?
That's quite the power right there if they just started pulling them out of the sky.
Osvaldo Hafnavines, what is thy opinion?
What is your...
I think that anything is possible, main Fräulein.
I like how the weasel just started chilling behind him. He's like, yep, don't mind me, just getting some weasel information.
So long as they can afford to pay the price, they will never stop sowing their seeds of destruction across the land. Fatui, your sin shall not go unremembered.
I mean, that seems logical. As long as you can make meteorite strikes that cause issues with somebody, and as long as you can sit up here and try to harvest the power of these meteorites, why wouldn't you? What's really stopping you at that point?
I also believe that miracles can happen.
Yeah? Alright. Well, I believe in the miracles that you believe in. Like the miracle of how you're not hidden that weasel under you. But hey.
Astral Emissary, you have performed admirably as a member of my retinue. I will dispatch my forces to protect you, and they will ensure that the encroaching darkness shall bring you no harm.
Aren't the forces that she speaks of? I'm gonna disperse the people currently in front of you to ensure that you remain safe. Like, okay.
She means me.
Ah. Good job, Oz.
No need. Paimon thinks that our current lineup works just fine. No need to fix it if it ain't broke.
Paimon clearly went to the school of playing competitive inside of Overwatch. No need to fix it if it ain't broke. When it comes to your team lineup, am I right, boys? You know, run that team lineup right back into them. Also, I love how they're doing the side hit Paimon thing again.
You underestimate me, Fischl. I'm far stronger than you seem to think.
I mean, I believe you're strong. It's just also with your reaction to this guy, Mr. Fatui Halbringer. Fatui Harbinger. It's like, I could see why she would feel the need to step forward and be like, oh yeah, we gotta protect you.
Mein Fräulein trusts no one more than yourself, my lady. She is simply concerned for your well-being.
You gotta keep up the concern for well-beings, really when they help you like this.
There's really no need. In any case, you're in a much more perilous position than I am. If anything, you need my protection.
Oh no, you're a good person. You're a good person. Why can't they both just be good people?
Huh? What are you saying that for?
I love how she's like, huh? Why am I a good person? I didn't need you to say that.
For now, we must deal with the new threat. My astrolabe tells me that a new meteorite has landed, and it's the biggest one yet.
I wonder, like, that's the one thing I hate, that you can't see both sides of, like, reactions, and I know that it's probably not even, like, the biggest thing. I know Fischl probably just did about the same thing, where it's like, oh yeah, what are you saying that for? But even then, I still want to see it. Also, the biggest meteor yet. And that meteor is definitely about to cause some trouble. Have a showdown at the meteorite. The site for the fight at the meteorite. Come on. For our astrological plane. As everybody goes mentally insane. Far. Oh, hello. I guess you've come here to talk about everything that's going on. Astrology. Remind me what we need to do. Goodbye. Fate may be predetermined, but still, good luck. Pretty grim. Haha. Supreme wisdom that connects the starry sky and the world below has revealed this future. Location will be struck by starfalls from the sky, precisely as the prophecy of Pictrix foresaw. Oh. Alright. Thank you for these meteorite locations. The map just lit up. It was like, yup. But let's actually get back on. Yeah, I figured it was just right below. Also, that's not even just a meteorite at that point. And the fact that it's still hovering in the air.
Before the Fatui. Quick, there's no time to lose. This is the one.
I assume that it's the one, considering it looks very much like the rest of them, just in, like, mega form.
I sense an unprecedented amount of elemental energy within.
I mean, it only makes sense that there's an unprecedented amount of energy inside of it, considering the size of it. So once again, I guess.
The very heart of darkness descends upon the world.
It does.
What do the Fatui want with this? Is it the elemental power?
All kinds of things. Things that you couldn't imagine. Like, there's one guy inside of the Fatui that wants this elemental power just so he can sit up here and brush Doll's hair. Yeah, right? Crazy, ain't it?
It's possible. But if that were the case, other life forms would surely be drawn to the meteorite's energy too.
I guess. If anything, I feel like other life forms wouldn't have, like, the same curiosity that we do as humans to drag them towards it, but instead they would have the instincts that would drag them away from it just due to feeling the presence of the power. What the skies conceal, the water revealed. Where ancient stars align. If the Fallen Star Challenge defeats to obtain celestial energy, you can only hold a limited amount of celestial energy at one time. Once you reach the max, you'll be unable to obtain more. Underneath the Fallen Star, submit celestial energy you have obtained. Advance the challenge progress. If you hit while submitting the energy, the submission process is cut short and you will be in your possession. Certain astral anomaly is in effect interrupted during some cause you to lose all your energy. What? Get out of here! Other astral anomalies can change the location for submission amongst other things. Oh, during the challenge, Verdant Starburst and Heroic Starburst will occur at random, providing buffs for nearby characters with Starburst. And using this effect to is key. Challenge details on buffs may be found on the Star of Destiny event page. The challenge begins, an astral anomaly will occur at random. Type of astral anomaly and their effects are as follows. Orbital shift changes the location of which to submit the celestial energy. Dark omen, monsters that appear during the challenge will become more violent. The Inspiring Star, submitting celestial is more, because being interrupted will cause you to lose all energy. Alright. Definitely one for the record. But I guess we have to go forward with it. Take on the Fallen Star Challenge and salvage the fading star essence. Treasure collection costs 40 times during the challenge. Following may occur. Oh, you could do this in co-op or single player. Pretty cool. I guess before I start this up, like to do, or nah, not doesn't bug me. At the same time, I think it's interesting that that has a co-op or solo. Either way. Start up and let's see what it's about. Okay, so our prep time period, that isn't our actual timer. That's like 15 seconds. Alright, game. I see you're not playing fair today. Orbital shift, single player, celestial unstable, celestial energy. And all these dudes were 40 themselves. Just some energy. Okay. Surprised that it's the fact that it won't take. Like, I'm trying to submit it there, and it's just like, nah.
You haven't won yet.
Good job, guys. This is once again one of the parts that I think is like a disadvantage of playing it's on console, where I guess like on PC I feel like maybe there's a little bit more to being able to combat some of the things in the system like that. Where it's like, okay, you don't want to work out? Alright, let me just like rebind you. Gotta send all that energy to my boy. So we upgraded the type of enemy the minute that we did this. I like how they said, nah, we ain't stupid.
No one escapes my sight.
They said, we def ain't stupid. We just didn't want to sit up here and deal with it. They dropped a big tiki fire on me. My boy said, no escape here. I had to jump out of that one hard to be sure that she didn't go right back down based on the big tiki. What's that one over there doing? He's an archer.
That's cheating.
Is it cheating? I mean, I guess technically, yeah. Just technically, yeah. Okay. We had to sit up here and do that quick barber switch because, like, trying to, like, drizzle into her heal for the amount of healing that we needed right there, but it just kept leading to us getting that character down. Like, no matter who it was.
Just a scratch.
So, I guess that answers my question as to, like, why you would want to submit mid fight and exclude all your energy. But at the same time, it's just like, I'd rather just I'd rather sit up here and try to do it as opposed to, like, constantly fighting enemies while being fooled. So it's like in this weird place of, it's a terrible idea. Like an absolutely terrible. But it has its purpose going.
You haven't won.
No escape.
Much more fire into this amber. That won't really have any major effect on him since he has the stone out. But
not bad.
Figured it'd be worthwhile. Pop him out a little bit.
Animal test 6308.
And hopefully, or I was hoping that we would also get a little bit more pop from the likes of Sucrose there, which managed to get some damage off of the explosion action there, but even then, wonder what the game's gonna be like if I don't sit up here and get enough in. Really? He interrupted me just as I was finished submitting. Well, really? Y'all just like messing with me. Slimes. I wonder if you did this in, like, co-op, could you technically have one person do submissions while the other person is, like, hardcore covering the enemies? Like, you wouldn't need to do that as a permaset, considering the fact that it's not like you have an infinite amount of stars in your inventory at all the time. Like, it is a question of sort. Let's come out of his...
Not bad.
No one escapes my sight.
Gotta get our little bunny friend out here. That worked out. Thank you for playing the game. Allow us to submit even more energy. I wonder what the next tier is gonna look like. Oh. Yeah, okay. That seems about right. Golems. I don't know. Maybe the timing on this one isn't as generous as I thought. Trying to get some eyeball cheese on him, but like even then, that doesn't seem to like register. Boy, oh boy. Definitely going in. You dropped the 3K on him, which that worked out nicely, but even then. Yeah, even then, I was like, I'm sure we're not going to pass this challenge. Boy, when that golem came out, that was just like the full-on range of... I really wish 4 had, like, been done, or, like, everything had been done just slightly faster, because I'm assured that the golem probably could have been taken down, but like the issue being, oh,
I feel like running.
Take him down while also sitting up here with lowered time. Oh. Prep time. Probably do one thing to... by popping her that like to be good. That's the hope here.
Don't push your luck. Dodge this. Don't push.
So I should just let them all begin at first. And that's definitely going to cost us some time there, but hopefully we can make up for it. I don't assume that we're in the work. It's a matter of actually getting everybody covered. Oh, are those just transitional fights? So, like, if you sit up here and start doing your submission and you submit to the next point, then the game's just like, yeah, no.
As a dutiful maid.
Yeah, buddy. Swam right into maid. She sits up and starts up her ult. You're on the ball today. So, we're out of the picture, and this one isn't far behind you. I didn't even really see what our actual challenge is this time, considering the fact that I was in the menus trying to switch out our team. Maybe I should be slightly careful, but Oh, it seems like it's the points of submission. Oh.
No one escapes my sight.
Alright, rain boys. We got rain boys out here. This is one of those moments where it's not going to help us have our characters affected by wet, so I gotta get rid of the rain boys first and hope that everything else follows suit, because otherwise Field Man is going to take too much time. This big shield gardener.
You haven't won.
Oh, I know he hasn't yet, but the answer here is swapping out for a second, even if it's not like we're about to get any real strength worker out of it. Need help? Be nice. Considering I got a decent amount over the way in, but when they broke that Guardian out, they might as well have broke out the Invincible. So that's... Ah, hey, buddy, speak of the devil.
Leave it all to me.
So... he came back ready to play, and he surely remembered me as the guy from the last fight that didn't get too far to his health. Slams are pretty destructive.
Oh, so sad. Don't push your luck.
It's out. Yeah, I want it to. It kinda did. Like, it didn't inflict as much damage as I wanted it to. Hey. I like how the minute I set up here and flicked on counter, he was like, nah. Now I don't feel like hitting you.
Freeze.
Okay, so we need to get Noelle out there to
Leave no stone
up
unturned.
just a little bit of everybody's help, because a pretty dull cause. But I think, like, we're doing fine this time. Not as hard struggle timing. I say, like, I know what's coming after this. We actually got the damage on him that time, so... Come on, buddy. No wake-ups. No wake-ups. No wake-ups. I like how he just refuses to go down. Right. Slimes are annoying.
No one escapes my sight.
It's not wrong to vaporize them, considering that they won't let me sit up here and deposit my large amounts of spirit energy. celestial star energy.
That's cheating.
This man pulled back up with the helmet, and I'm like, I should have took him out. It's clearly the one with the helmet that's the issue. He always thinks that he's so fancy. It's the spirit gun. Right, I just gotta use the spirit gun.
As a beautiful maid woman.
What's up, Joe? How you doing, buddy? What goes on with you today? I don't know why, but I kept thinking that her ult would just sit up here and like
Someone needs assistance.
break through without having the and break through the shield. Like I thought it would do piercing damage for some reason.
Someone needs assistance.
Oh, I see. You're also a part of this current campaign, then. Considering everybody is cold and on top of a mountain. Oh, well, we... not have any energy to give? Oh. I'm like, game, can you make up your mind about that one? It's like I'm not gonna summon them yet.
Eyes on me.
Aren't you gonna make up your mind on that one? I just don't feel like summoning them yet. Imagine getting to like the end of this and you only lost because submission didn't take. Just running out of energy days. No clue why. I mean, it is becoming the winter season. Everybody's running out of energy days. On down, buddy.
If
And
you
that
ever want to
happens
trade
to me
tactics,
so much.
I'm always ready.
I mean, phenomena of winter happens every year. Seems to manage to cause and get tired every year too. Like, I hope I can finish it ends. Yeah, that's how things go.
If you ever want to
Maybe they're onto something. I usually am. You know.
It's hard
It's
to
like
remain
a
on
sixth
dry
sense
land
of
for so long.
mine.
Never quite seem to get my land legs back.
Something about the ability to... Yeah, okay. That's happening. I don't know if Mr. TK is still trying to join. I will give him a second to see. I'll cover the heels. And in the blueness when it heals. Yeah, the potion cat face. magical potion cat face that sits here in all. Alright. Well, I'll keep everybody stylish then. By dropping all the stylishness, these enemies stand no chance. I mean, this isn't that bad to begin with. Second time I made it even better and almost took it right out. First time, it was just time management and getting to that goal. And not actually finishing the goal. I wonder what they were going to drop after I finished that submission now. Submission after the... Or, I guess the slime set after the... Because at least more slime. Be interesting to have had them drop a second gold last thing. What's up, Callie? How are you doing? Us drop item cutter trade. You would think, but then they would have to either put limitations on what you could trade, or there's the idea of it breaking the amount of grind. So I think that's the reason why they won't let that happen. Because, like, you can grind Monday all you want, and I can grind Tuesday, and we could have neither of those characters, but have the opposites. And because of that, I could trade you and just, like, kill the real need there. Celestial energy increases all energy you lost when corrupted. I see. Well, I see the battlefield has taken off. Seriously.
Cool it.
Running around with Kaching.
Don't blink. Hey.
How am I doing? I'm okay, chilling. How about yourself? Alright, game. It's a laser light show in here. I can't tell if that's because of them or...
Don't push your luck.
Because, like, things will start spawning. And go like, hey, I'm here. Like, who are you? I can totally tell what's going on right now, by the way. You guys see all of that definition in this fight?
Your life is mine. Don't waste my time.
You can't run from death.
Random. Ah, yes. Most random. How he got here, the world may never know, but he does the job, so I ain't complaining.
Luck. Cool it. Frostbite.
Star challenge complete. Transmission time 2 minutes. I leave? I guess. That's the only option. Our random king just like dipped. He's like, okay.
Seems all the other knights already have their hands full.
Oh look, I claimed 26 star clusters. King was making everything lag hard. That was Ning. Makes frames drop hard. Well, I guess I'm to assume that this is the final part of the actual section. But at the same time, I'm like, Getting constant going a laser. Also does it. I mean, it's a matter of all of them. How bad? Send it again. All cool. Hell, I was mid-sentence trying to figure out if this is the final part of the quest to this section. Why am I a traveler? I traveler. Oh, I know I'm traveler. I'm traveler because that guy left. That's why that's the option. It is the final part. Huh. Like, do you have to do this so many times, or like, do you have to finish this solo to actually next story bit, or are they just like, no, it happened. Yeah, this is the final part. There's a cutscene. Watch afterward. 6 times. Okay. Well, time to drop that big OG resin. You guys aren't a fan of that big OG resin. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, because we about to drop all the resin. OG'd and un-OG'd and triple-double. This is an interesting way to, like, offer up a I will say that. Fun to just look into all the random star pieces on the ground. So I like how our third, or technically our name is Miku. Shoutouts to Miku. Out here, she heard that when we wanted to play Genshin, decided that she wanted to drop some dope songs on us, while also sitting up here helping us take down ogres. That's a wife. I've never seen one. Get you a wife to take down an ogre. I was like, does that count as being interrupted? Find it funny, and it's out here like, alright, let me drop the cool on them. But it's working. I can't say anything.
Don't waste my time.
Not working as good as the King, but nah, I'm playing. That Kaching dude, he was out here like, oh, I put in them hours. Slowing water. Slowing water will increase your character's skill cooldown duration if you can remove the hydro attribute from the character. Elemental reaction.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Yo. I feel so overpowered. Seems about right. That's 26 more fallen stars. So, I guess it doesn't... Oh yeah, it is right there that it drops 26 exactly. It's like, I guess it's not dependent on how well you do, but it makes sense. As I assume they also have like set limits of what you can do from this, no matter how many like, you can do this as much as you want and spend as much resin on it as you want, but at the end of the day, there's only so many items to it. Sorry, it's 7 times. But does it make 3? This one's complete. Dark Omen, more aggressive. Enemies will appear during this challenge. Celestial energy submission. Boys, Death did come out a little bit more aggressive. And you just hear that girl scream out, "Oh goodness!" I mean, like, that's not what she said. You might as well have.
Don't waste my time.
That golem stood no chance. He stomped in. And it's like everybody instantly dropped the ultra combo. And his health disappeared. I don't know why, but the healing girl started making like Donkey Kong noises out here. Oh. So is it 7 times because you need that many star crystals from it? Or is it 7 times because 7 times? Oh snaps, it's our teleporting friend. It was our teleporting friend. The bonus about having OP friends is things don't get to teleport. They do. They still don't get the teleport. Oh. I'll take your word for it now.
Another test subject.
But the better question, why are you grabbing the fire horn? I feel like it.
Have a little taste.
If I got this random, like, come in, Bill. Like, I'm gonna do a few runs with it. I wonder if he, like, just finds this fun. I can see it, though. Alright. I'm gonna head out and stop being OP. Right, Captain OP. I appreciate OP assistance. But I have one more running in me. That seems fine. And then I can actually just sit up here. Cutscene. Go run this tons of times for the talent up items. Cool. I wonder, like, how effective this would be if they kept this as, like, instead of just a story-specific event, as a full-on, like, weekly type thing. Or if they had an arena in this style, weekly type thing. I know, I feel like it'd be interesting, and that's kind of about the range of what we were all looking for as, like, giving more purpose to multiplayer. As, like, something in a skill set, like, give everybody a purpose. Be inside of, like, an arena realm like this with players. But at the same time, it creates this, like, area for everybody to grind and get items together. Go a random... Now that's a random gene. Out here doing random gene things, such as blowing wind up the enemy in order to keep us all alive, but hey! I don't question her. You get the job done. And it's also just nice to see James. Be all about the clobber. Well, I love how we delivered enough energy to just skip past that Guardian respawning. It's interesting that that's their logic there. They're like, you're past that stage. You don't need to fight that.
Can't you run from death?
I'm here.
Abyss mages. By which I mean abyss mages. I guess it would be awkward though to end, considering, like, permanently. Considering one, it's real life location, but also the fact that, like, it costs similar resin to other things to do. So by throwing this in for upgrade gem reason, I feel like that raises the question for some people as to which they focus. I could be wrong. Somebody might be like, yeah, I'm definitely focusing. No, no. Turn the voice lines of her art. She's just over there, la 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 la. Things are going on. Like, they definitely are. La 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 la. Guys, they went over here. La 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 la. I like how everybody's like, yeah, let's just drop the energy in. Can't sit up here and beat us if we drop the energy in.
Special.
Uncollected. That's partially why I hate the menu system for this. Because it's like, yeah, put two things here together. So let us check the I guess, like, that doesn't, yeah, there we go. Mint shop. There we go. We could buy books, would it? Ah, yes, the one of one right here. The crown of the sagehood. Let's see. I feel being this is an event, it would be way better if the enemies had drops. It would, but I guess like.
If you ever want to trade tactics,
I know.
I'm always ready.
It depends on like what the expectation for drop itch is. I would just play this event. Okay. That's also the other reason. If it had much of a good thing, it's like, yeah, you can play it all day if you want. I also feel like that would be the killer in the game, which is like, in progress. State assemble and assemble. That's annoying.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
That's annoying. There we go. Got it.
It's
I
hard
guess.
to remain on dry land for so
but
long. Never quite
didn't
seem
we
to get my
technically
land
already
legs
know
back.
that? Otherwise, I'll be doing it tomorrow if you want to join the event to get fish. Yeah, that sounds about what I'll be doing
If
too.
you ever want to trade
to get
tactics,
the
I'm
last
always
few
ready.
runs. Thank you. Thank you for the GGs. Also, thank you guys for joining for the arena fight. The final star challenge, defeat opponents to Celestial. Read that. Forms your modes.
It's hard to
So
remain
the fact
on
that
dry
that
land for so long.
re-unlocked, it made us
Never quite seem to get my land legs back.
I guess I need to figure out what to do now that I set up and finished. Oh. Need to go back to what I'm guessing.
If you ever want to trade tactics, I'm always ready.
Or that's at least how I guess I see what's next. Story. Should have quest. You can't do quest while you're online. Your quest kind of just disappeared at that point. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Which is still goofy. Like, I still get that you don't want people to be, like, carry story. But, like, that portion of it is like, okay. Thank you, Joe. Also, it's weird that they don't give you the option to do that while somebody's still in the return to single player mode, but I guess that's also so you just don't kick somebody. But it's funny considering that the kick option's right there. So I don't know.
Huh? Is Fischl waiting for us?
I guess Fischl is waiting for us.
The time has finally come. Though it brings Main Fräulein no joy to do so, there is something she must announce to the assembled populace.
Right? Go for it. Announce it.
My loyal servants, one must bid you adieu till such time as I beckon you once more. Though we have faced many trials and tribulations together, you have all shown commendable courage in the course of duty. I feel a breeze now blows upon this place, and I feel that it blows in your honor.
It blows in your honor. That's a funny sentiment.
What? You're just gonna bail on us?
Are you weak? You know, I'm surprised that Paimon has so much energy toward that. Yeah, I just got the Fischl, so fine, tomorrow we can that, no problem. There are also quests in the end if you can press down on the pad. Yeah, I was also looking at those. I saw the progression, but you know, I haven't paid much. I just more so wanted to get the story portion done and on stream and try to get the duplicate as I get the duplicate. But you know, that's a matter of finishing things off before the event goes and getting as much done on stream story.
With the arrival of this giant meteorite, many more people have succumbed to the slumber. Strong as the soldiers may be, they are struggling to cope. And there is demand for volunteers everywhere we turn.
So, giant biggest meteor that's dropped so far in this situation. Huh. It falls, and you're here to help for it. But this has caused more people to succumb. We're going to go other places and find out how to save people. It's like, oh, okay, I guess.
Main Fräulein and I shall tend to the victims on the soldiers' behalf. The rest of this investigation we place in your capable hands.
I'm glad that you feel our hands are capable.
Goodbye. You are a good listener. I enjoy chatting with you.
I like how she just dropped it all to say that statement at the end. It was like, yeah, you good.
To be honest, most of the other adventurers in the guild only ever talk to me when they want to hear Oz's reconnaissance reports. This little journey we had, it was a great adventure. I'm just sorry that it has to end so abruptly.
Sorry that it has to end so abruptly, too.
Huh? You're talking a little weirder than you normally do.
Is that weirder than she normally does?
Oh, yikes. What am I doing? I totally broke form.
Oh, she broke form. Now we have to get a form warranty.
What Main Fräulein means to say is that the mystical mysteries that vex and perplex are bound to be effortlessly extinguished by the advent of your commendable courage and wondrous
That was
wisdom.
such a nice save, Oz. Like, you on point, my boy.
And now Oz's translation is the one that sounds all kooky.
But my boy sat up here and saved that one so hard.
Main Fräulein simply wishes to say that she has every confidence that you will arrive at the truth of this matter.
I hope that I can do her well and provide her with the truth of this matter.
Most indeed. My dear attendance. I hereby charge the Ritter Derva Ertelung with leading you out from the darkness, back into the realm of light.
You could... That was nice delivery right there, for them to sit up here and get her to have so much slippage while also saying that with such confidence.
Who are you calling your attendant?
Us, and thank you. Mona about to throw them hands again, though. I'll say that much.
We will meet again. Once this matter is concluded, I propose that we all get a drink together.
Yeah? What do you drink, Oz? Like, what you be out here drinking, man? Like, you sit up here at the bar and do they give you a bird cup? Do you sit up here and transform? I have so many questions based on that.
Well, now we're 2 people short. But let's not get hung up about that. The good news is I found something else.
What else did you find out, Mona?
I shaved some dust off the meteorite and used it to do another reading. It was actually really effective.
Glad that it was so effective.
These rocks have been around for hundreds, maybe even thousands of years. Leonard must have lived a very long time ago.
Leonard lived such a long time ago, and then his constellation just decided, alright, what's good? I'll come cause some mayhem.
The meteorites carry his will and can pass it on to others. In other words, centuries on from Leonard's life, and the strength of his will is not diminished one bit.
His will to climb some random cold mountain.
A guy from the distant past with a burning ambition to scale the highest mountain. I'd be willing to bet that he was an adventurer. Just like
So in
you.
other words, in the future, I'll also have my will overcome lots of people because of meteorites. Cool. I look forward to it.
An adventurer? That does explain his obsession with mountain
It
climbing.
does.
Our approach so far has been too passive, and time has been against us every step of the way. We need to change our strategy, and we need to attack this problem at its source.
Okay.
Paimon agrees. From now on, we need to put Leonard at the center of everything we
gotta
do.
put Leonard at the center of everything we do. You know, like, that's terrible. You're out here like, I'm gonna eat a sandwich. We're gonna put Leonard in the center of the sandwich. I'm gonna sit up here and save the day. We're gonna put Leonard in the middle of the day. I gotta sit up here and fight this ogre. We gotta put Leonard in the middle of the ogre.
Yes, because if the meteorites carry Leonard's will with them, then it's precisely as Fischl said. The rocks are, in a sense, a curse.
No, just a touch of a curse.
I'm a little incredulous, but it turns out her blind guess was actually spot on. No, I'm a respectable astrologist, and I shouldn't stoop to that kind of criticism.
Girl out here, sit up here throwing shade even when she gone. You know, when I pull Mona, I gotta sit up here and keep her away from Fischl. Like, they can't be on the same team. They gonna have beef. Sandwich. I think that's the scariest.
Anyway, all we need to do now is remove the curse.
I guess we'll remove the curse then. Come on, Paimon, let's go.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. Good. Mona always throwing the shade. I mean, it's just too bad that she's not a wizard of, like, darkness. You know, she had to be the wizard of water. Because, like, it would be so much more fitting to sit up here and have her pull up with these shadow powers and just, like, throwing all that shade, talking about some whoosh, whoosh. Can't wait. Be interesting.
Since we've got a historical adventurer on our hands, Paimon thinks we should pay a visit to the Adventurers Guild.
The Adventurers Guild, we go. Talk with young Mondstadt and... Imagine, like, just stepping in front of her and she's like, "You obstructed my view!" Considering that her whole thing earlier was, "Don't obstruct my view while I'm looking for the rock." Oh, man. Imagine he's out here looking for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and, like, they make him into a pull character in this, and he becomes a Geo unit that slams people with his rocks. The Rock's rocks. And as an astrologist, and just change your... Good!
Our records show that there have been many adventurers by that name over the years. It is impossible to know which one you refer to.
I would assume that there had been many Leonards. Heck, I even made that joke when they first were like, "It's Leonard." It's like, Leonard who?
However, I do recall that there is a book in the library authored by someone called Leonard. Perhaps you should take a look?
The fact that there's just a book in the library by a random guy named Leonard. Like, imagine telling somebody, "Hey, yo, can you go find that book in the library?" "Yeah, what's it called?" "It's just the book." "Okay, who's it by?" "By Leonard." "Leonard who?" "Leonard." I'd be so mad. It's like, what do you mean? Whole quest is all because they couldn't smell Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was cooking. They couldn't smell what he was cooking? Oh, man. I mean, Thanksgiving did just pass. I would be mad, too, if I couldn't smell what he was just cooking. But it's fine. Would. Worthwhile. Out. Figure out exactly what he's cooking in there. Hello. How may I help you? I'm not interrupting me as I'm trying to open the door? Come on now, game. Library Rule, 7th edition. There were several editions of the library rules, but none of them were particularly useful. So, all necessary rules are abandoned in this edition. All users of the library should obey the following rules. Please keep quiet in the library. Please do not damage the books. Please remember to return your books on time. I believe everyone knows how we deal with violations, so it will not be repeated here. Hope everyone can abide by the rules and make good use of the library.
Author Leonard. Where are you, Leonard? Aha! Gotcha!
Where are you, Leonard? The way Paimon said that. Funny.
The index says that Leonard's book should be in the northwest corner on the top floor of the library. Okay. Northwest corner. Should be right over there.
Good. I look forward to reading his book. Like the northwest. Right? Is this not the top floor of the... library? Like, you counting down here? The top floor. And I'd be mad if they were like, oh no, this floor doesn't count. At top. You didn't mean top. That's so annoying. That's so annoying. You're just kind of like, yeah, run around. I don't even know if I should believe the fact that it's northwest. Alright, found it.
Found it! Of Mountains and Seas, a guide for adventurers written by Leonard.
On top of that, his book is about mountains and sea. Like, really? My boy Leonard needed to put his last name to something, because, like... Still, I don't know who Leonard is.
But the words have faded, and there are even pages missing. Paimon's got no hope of reading this.
Think. I, tallest, dangerous, forgive my appearance. Climb, wind, and then young folks mountain somewhere. They, body and mind perfectly. The next mountain challenges. Good news, Arkin. Climb the mountain. Kindred spirit. I not until climb it. Really? Gemstone? Carved? Towering food supplies. The tribe. Sufficient. Another leg. Bad shape. 2 fingers. Right hand. Recover, but now give up. Arcline. Limit. Too old. Bittery cold. Funeral for him. Wine. Just me. Blizzard. No sign of stopping. Freeze over. Broke again. Fracture. Oblivion. Barrages of hailstone. Somehow avoid. Clinging. Finally crawling. Back onto. Down the mountain. Wall of ice. Ravenous. Luck run out. Old wound. A year. Sky so blue. Storm. Snowstorm. A few days. I saw. Very close peak. Cannot reach. Sky. Falcon. Just summit mountain. Just summit mountain.
Darn. Maybe we're just wasting our time on this one.
Don't give up. Let's see what Mona says.
Oh, right! Yeah, Mona! She might have a better idea.
Oh, totally. Mona gonna look at this book like, what are y'all talking about? I'm not even gonna waste my time walking out of here. Taking this book to this girl. We teleported to this girl. That's the way to get to her. If you find yourself in an endeavor of love, you must sit up here and teleport the one you care for, and bring them a book that makes sense of none, and therefore they shall be heart of yours. What? Is that really how that works? Oh, it's totally how that works. For ye who seeks the heart of a maiden, sit up here and bring her a book that has been braided.
Look what we found! Leonard wrote a book!
He looks like, okay, good for him.
Ooh, let me see.
It's quite incoherent, as there is a lot missing.
I could have predicted as much. Your average astrologist would definitely give up at this point.
Just your average astrologist.
But I am Mona, progenitor of the future of astrology.
Progenitor.
Nothing can stand in my way.
Progenitor of the future of astrology. Nothing stands in her way.
I simply need to deduce the missing portions with my astrolabe, write them in, and then decipher the text.
How accurate is that? Mona studies the book.
Finished at last.
Good job.
So what does it say?
Just as I thought. Leonard was an adventurer who lived 2,000 years ago.
2,000 years ago? And his constellation just came down? Yo, that's a legacy right there.
His lifelong dream was to reach the summit of a mountain called
Pylos Peak. Huh?
2,000 years? So the constellation that caused the meteorites is from 2,000 years ago?
Right?
Somehow, for some reason, this constellation was summoned down from the sky. I suspect that the Fatui have something to do with that part.
That sounds about right.
Paimon thinks so too. Whenever something shady happens, you can bet the Fatui are involved.
It's almost like we should just sit up here and go arrest all of the Fatui.
The meteorites harbor elemental energy, which radiates out and lulls people to sleep by some means akin to hypnosis.
A little bit of hypnosis.
And if I'm guessing correctly, there should be some sort of core meteorite among the bunch, within which is a crystal that harbors Leonard's spirit.
How will we find it?
Well, if I were Leonard, I would want to make sure the core lands right on the snowy summit that I never made it to while I was alive.
Yeah?
So, the core should be at the top of Pylos Peak? Where is that? Paimon's never heard of it before.
Have I?
It's the first I'd heard of it too. So I compared the map from the book against the current topography of Mondstadt. Apparently, Pylos Peak no longer exists.
That sucks. Imagine you're passing on your will to people as a meteor man distantly from the space and using your constellation only to find out the one thing that you cared about in the universe doesn't exist anymore. It shouldn't be out here sitting up here drawing sad stories for people. Be out here like, I care about this character. I want to know more about what they're going through. I want to hear their story and all this goodness. And then they go, yeah, by the way, they never did the thing that they cared about, and the thing that they cared about doesn't exist, so don't even go try looking for it.
Are you trying to say that the tallest mountain Paimon's never heard of just disappeared?
Yeah, apparently.
I once read somewhere that the Animo Archon, Barbados, once used his divine power to mobilize the winds and blow the ice and snow from the face of the earth. The whole landscape of Mondstadt was changed in the process.
1,000 years is a long time. Fair.
The mountains of that age were replaced by the vast stretch of ocean we see today. Still, a mountain that high, Drop it into the ocean and it'll still leave a trace.
Yeah. That seems about right.
The summit still reaches just above the water's surface. So the place known as Pylos Peak in Leonard's day is today known as Musk Reef.
It's just a musky reef. This whole story culminates and finishes right over here at the Abyss Spiral. Who would have thought? You know, I'm surprised that they used this place for... Actually, no. It makes sense that they would use it for a event quest like this.
Oh. So, this is Pylos Peak. Not much to show for itself now, eh?
1,000 years old. Or more. And magical wind spirits decided, let's blow all the snow away. So, I can see why it's not much to show for itself now.
Looks like someone beat us here. Is this like a popular tourist spot, or...
Considering where it is, Paimon, no.
It's you!
Surprised that she didn't notice him sooner from his big extravagant hat.
Huh? You again.
Salamochi. How did you find this place? Have you just woken up?
Look at the state he's in. Was he in that dream just now?
Possible.
He managed to extricate himself from the dream on his own strength? How is that possible?
You know, he happened to have the will to get himself out of it.
Just because you are powerless to do something does not mean that I am.
Alright.
You're too late anyway. I finished my research.
And what did you conclude?
We knew it! This was all a dirty trick by the Fatui!
Save it! No more fun and games for me today. I'll come for you when I'm good and ready.
You're coming for us when you're good and ready. Can we at least know what you're coming for us for? Wait. Trying to achieve, right?
You entered the dream they've all been having, didn't you? How much do you know about Leonard?
Leonard? Who's Leonard? Whatever. I have bigger fish to fry.
I love how he's just like, who is Leonard? What is this that you're talking about? You know what? I'm good.
I've discovered something far more important and far more terrifying.
Yeah? Like what?
What?
The stars, the sky, it's all a gigantic hoax. A lie.
Oh, you're one of those guys. It's like, there is no sky, there's no moon, there's nothing up there. Come on, guys. You've all been being fooled by a giant dragon that wants you to believe that there's actually things up there. Alright, let's hear his logic.
The stars are a lie. What are you talking about?
Right.
Is this some kind of astrological debate between you and Mona? Because if so, surely you can come up with a better argument than the stars are a lie.
Probably could. Really? Nobody knows.
Seriously, who's gonna fall for that one when you can just lift your head up at night and see them up there, twinkling away?
But just because you can see them doesn't mean that they're there. But we just went through a whole event where people could touch them, and they were getting into odd situations because they were touching those stars. Just because you can touch them doesn't mean they're there. Oh, I guess.
Oh, you are so naive, it kills me.
Oh. Well, I mean, as long as it kills you, I guess that means less for us to have to deal with.
Still, can't really blame you. After all, I used to believe the same thing myself. Up until a few moments ago, that is.
So how are you mocking them for something that you just got proven wrong on? You're just like, and I believed that until a few seconds ago. But you're like, they're so naive. Guy, my guy, how are you so cool but so wrong?
A few moments ago, you mean?
Look, I really don't have the time to do this right now.
You clearly have plenty of time. So, some explanation.
What was the jester thinking? He must have had some inkling of what we might discover on this mission. Would it really have been so difficult to give me a little forewarning? Or maybe he just wanted to give me a fright.
All possibilities, but I don't know what you're talking about, so I just have to go, uh-huh.
Time for me to go out and find the truth. So long, suckers.
I like how polite he was, his few interactions, and he's like, yeah, nah, screw everybody.
Oh, can you believe that guy? He calls us suckers and then he just trots off. No one disrespects me. No
hey,
one.
I get to be Dolphin Diving Mona out here with the Daffin Dam.
Genius with pure, unadulterated rage.
You know, this all became worthwhile. Nobody else gets to be played right now. Oh, it's Mona time.
Wow, you fought so
You
fiercely.
did? You did.
Told you. That's what happens when you disrespect me.
Mona, you are a force to be reckoned with.
You bet I am. Paimon, you agree too, right? Did I show those Fatui who's boss or what?
Hey, didn't Paimon start the conversation by complimenting you? I think she agreed.
Sure did. Without you here, those guys would have caused us a whole lot more trouble.
Yeah, probably.
See? How do you like that, Harbinger?
Harbinger.
Scumbag. He seemed genuinely shaken, though. I don't think he was lying. I was always taught to talk about the false sky during astrological readings. Could there be more to such phrases than I have been led to believe?
I mean, it's a possibility.
I digress. Come on, let's finish the job we came to do.
Alright. Well, hopefully the job we came to do gets us a little bit more insight on what he was talking about with the false sky. Because otherwise, if not, I'm just left with more questions.
Whoa, this must be the core. It looks totally different from all the other meteorites. It's way more
It is very shiny. You know, we need to start harvesting meteors if they're this shiny.
This stone harbors an unbelievable amount of elemental energy and human desire. It's the core, all right?
Should we... What? How are you just going to destroy energy and desire? Like, come on now. That's such a great sense of energy. Like, if we plug this in somewhere, it'd be set.
Yes. Otherwise, the victims will never wake up. This core is the root cause of everything that has happened.
Fine. I guess we'll save people. Instead of using it for endless power, can we at least make, like, a meteor out of it?
Do it.
I like how Paimon just was like, alright, let me hit my burning attack and do it.
With ropes, we can scale mountains. With boats, we can sail the seas. By age 40, I had conquered every last domain. Pylos Peak alone defeated me. As an adventurer, and well, maybe in other ways too. Now, I am approaching the end of my life. Many times I have sat and stared up at that peak as the boundless snow slowly engulfed me. It is a beast without weakness, the merciless face of the world. It fills me with fear. And when an adventurer loses courage, they can no longer climb mountains. My mountaineering days may be over, but I have a greater ambition now. Humans create tools to conquer nature, and when nature conquers them in return, they create better tools. Where our legs cannot take us, maybe our tools can. And when tools fail us, perhaps wings can carry us instead. My dear friend, I leave you my designs for the wings of incompletion. Against the unknown, humanity stands as one. To be alive is to seek, to set foot in every place that the eye can see. I have little time remaining, though the wind has not yet come for my soul. But between us and your children, students, and friends, I believe that someone will reach that place at last.
That was a great...
Wow. Well, that was
It
unexpected.
definitely was. Like... I get that I was making fun of how vague they were with them, but it's because you want to know more about this person whose constellation is so determined and has so much energy in it to see that their final will is met. So it's like, of course I'm gonna make fun of it, because it's like, please, give us more about this interesting person. But for this guy to have, like, bested everything except for the one thing that bested him, being the mountain peak itself, and deciding, you know what, I'm gonna create this tool because we're humans and that's how we overcome things. Into ingenuity and the ability to create things up here and keeps driving forward. For him to like create the thing that the future generation uses in such a great way, or to such a great extent, man, this dude was cool. And like, even in some right, he still accomplished his goal. Because like, Tyr, a climber determined highest peak. Determination so strong he passed it on to others. Man.
Who would have thought that human will can survive in the skies for millennia on end?
I don't know. But I hope my will lasts in the skies for millennia on end.
Astrology really is an incredible thing.
Definitely is.
What makes you say that?
The ability to communicate with the stars can give you access to all the secrets from throughout human history. Though, of course, very few astrologists ever reach that level.
I mean, I will that level and be able to sit up here and unlock all the secrets.
What's with the formal tone all of a sudden? And speaking of formal tone, what is the deal with that girl, Fischl? She's a curious one.
I like how we got past that. She was like, let me bring this back up.
Paimon thinks so too. She's so... how to put this?
Weird and thoughts. He has a wild imagination.
Yeah. Although, if you think about it, seems she was right all along.
She had a perception of it. It was just all in her own views. Like, you know, she knew what was going on. She just wanted to tell us in her own way.
Is she one of these people who uses the wrong method but still gets the right answer?
I mean, might be.
You may well be right.
Even so, Paimon thinks that the most surprising thing of all was how Pylos Peak turned into a teeny tiny little island.
It is surprising. It raises curiosity to how such a mighty peak, like, fully be brought down to here. And, like, once again, I know the wind energy, but it's like, it almost makes you wonder why the other mountains had the same effect. But hey.
A mountain of yesteryear now sits as an island in the sea. Almost anyone from Mondstadt could reach it now, just by jumping in a boat.
I was like, well, you know, they still have to get over here. But yeah, you're not wrong. And then she said the boat part, and I was like, okay.
In other words, everyone can climb Pylos Peak now.
Everyone can stand on top of the mountain.
Do you think Leonard would be happy about it? The situation with Pylos Peak might be a bit of a shock. But now, with the help of the Animal Archon, the people of Mondstadt are able to glide.
I mean, it definitely would be a shock to him if he, like, if his spirit resonated in this section of the story, or point he actually saw this through his media, right? So yes, I agree. But the wings that he designed and left as the tool, that would be another shock for him in, like, a really good way. So I guess it'd be terrible to see his expression toward this, but great to see his expression toward the wing.
With wings, people can travel further and higher than ever before and explore new and unknown places.
Is your wish now fulfilled?
The victims should finally start waking up now that we've dealt with the core.
They should.
And we have finally finished our commission from the Adventurers Guild.
On a speedy recovery. We did it, boys! Finished the quest line, Adventurers Guild. And Mona and Fischl. That was definitely a good story. I think that they did some really nice character interactions. They had nice plot points, and, you know, it was actually really interesting in its own right. So I'm glad that I took the time to showcase this quest specifically and make sure that I did it on stream. I definitely think this quest is, like, one that should have more weight and should have more, like, of a presence in the game. But hey, if they want it to disappear, that's also their thing.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Oh. I'm just like, what am I supposed to do there? Here. Like, go back to the Adventurers Guild. Okay. Goes back to the Adventurers Guild. Everybody's kind of like, yeah, you did a thing. Alright. It's done, though. And by the logics of it being done, how much more I could do for it. So, on that note, thank you all for sitting up here and joining me on this beautiful morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you, because I don't know your sleep schedule. Hopefully you sat up here and you enjoyed yourself, and I provided you with some form of entertainment. To anyone that's new here, thanks so much for coming through. Hopefully you sat up here and you enjoyed yourself, and if you gave me a follow, welcome to the Cereal Bowlz Nation, greatest nation on the internet. If you ain't know it, now you know it. Hopefully you're doing super duper, and I can provide you with your vitamins and entertainment breakfast. To any returning Cereal Bowlz, as always, thank you for coming through here, sharing your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, all that goodness that makes me want to stream longer, better, faster, stronger, just to talk to you guys on a more consistent basis. To the likes of anybody watching stream post, I appreciate you guys for coming through and checking it out. And yeah, if you would like to leave a comment, rather you would like to talk about the likes of Miss Mona, Miss Fischl, likes of any pool done, the likes of current rank inside of the game, or if you just want to say hi, feel free to say hi, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Additionally, if you guys enjoy the Genshin content, there's more videos inside the Genshin playlist. There's also the likes of, if you're looking for content, a video currently on screen. There's the likes of the additional content straight on the channel, or there's also the Twitch streams that you can catch when I'm doing Twitch streams, so feel free to come through. We do something every night of the week except for Sundays. Additionally, for the likes of Twitch or any of the other social, some names on the screen currently, or there's the mega link down in the description. If you want to click so you don't see something currently, and you want to see all the other things that your boy gets into. If you're not already subscribed, I don't know, subscribe. Get yourself subscribed. If you guys enjoyed this video, it'll leave a like. If you didn't, dislike. It lets me know what I'm doing right and wrong. And I hope you guys did enjoy it, but hey, not still helpful. Finally, if you guys aren't aware, there is Patreon, which is right there. If you like to sit up here and see what cool things you can sit up here and get, while also contributing to what's going on a consistent basis, feel free to check that out and see if becoming a part of the MVP tier of Bowlz Cereal with the Patreon is the right move. With all that being said, munch, 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 peace out. That's a wrap. I'll catch you guys later. Meow.